What is going on with Boars Head? What's going on with Boars Head? Gone are the days of going to Publix and getting that delicious Boar's Head sub. Gone are the days of going to Giant, whatever supermarket, Publix, Giant, Kroger, Wise, wherever you purchase your Boar's Head. You know what I'm saying? But I know the Publix subs, man, in the South. Check it. The Boar's Head. You need the Boar's Head. Why are there reports of insects, puddles of blood being reported from the Boar's Head facility? Hold up, we're going over here first because this is crazy. This is crazy. NBC News. The head plant in Virginia had dozens of violations, including insects, mold, puddles of blood that has been linked to deadly listeria outbreak that has killed 9 people. It's craziness. This is nasty. Hold up, bro. Let me go down here because this particular part had me sickened. And I'm going to bring it all the way full screen and take this down. Look, check this out right here, man. Follow along, people. Flies were found going in and out of pickle vats on June 10th. Small flying gnat-like insects were observed crawling on the walls and flying around the room. The department reported a steady line of ants and a presence of flying insects in the same room, according to the documents. This is nasty. Also reported on the same day were 7 ladybugs, 1 beetle. They had to add the 7 ladybugs, huh? 1 beetle-like insect and 1 cockroach-like insect. Look, what is going on at Boar's Head, man? What's going on at Boar's? And then it's crazy because I believe they said that they said hold on, let me pull that back up. They said 69 logged instances of non-compliance with federal regulations at the Boar's Head plant from August 1st, 2023 through August 2nd. So for a whole year, they had 69 instances. This nasty meat has been flooding America for a year and some change. Like, what's going on that you got puddles of blood and meat on the walls and things like that? It's highly disturbing. We're gonna pull up some video footage, man, off the YouTube. Cause video content is hella entertaining. I don't really feel like reading all that shit anyway. But yeah, man. What's going on?
Bugs, mold, and mildew. That is what inspectors say they found at a Boar's Head plant that's been linked to a nationwide listeria outbreak that's being blamed for at least 9 deaths. The health violations are detailed in records released by the Agriculture Department. Some specifics include insects in or around deli meats, mold and mildew near sinks where employees wash their hands, a, quote, rancid smell in a cooler, and leaking or pooling water in the plant. 1 puddle so bad it had, quote, green algal growth inside.
Bro.
Barbara Kowalczyk joins us now from Washington. She's the director of the Institute for Food Safety and Nutrition Security at the George Washington University. Thank you so much for joining us. How does it get this bad? How does this happen?
Well, thank you for having me. And I think it's very unfortunate that it got this bad. Clearly, there were multiple breakdowns in food safety systems, both within the establishment. Listeria monocytogenes is a pathogen, a very deadly pathogen that we know is associated with ready-to-eat products like deli meats. There's been numerous outbreaks in the past. But obviously, there were breakdowns at the establishment when you look at all these inspection reports around sanitation, around physical hazards, around record keeping, and it was repeated over time, which suggests that there were organizational and cultural issues in the establishment around food safety. Unfortunately, our regulatory system also had a failure in that this problem went on for quite some time, despite documentation by inspectors, but yet the plant wasn't closed down or they didn't recall the product.
Barbara, tell us what happens. Walk us through a typical.
And look, that's the part that has me like, how does this happen? Because for a whole year and some change, people been getting this dirty meat. Like, low key, we fortunate to be alive up in this house because we've been getting subs frequently from the goddamn market. Look, y'all know inflation is real. Y'all know inflation is real. We be doing Jersey Mike's. But check it. Lately, we've been hitting the little deli subs, man. I know they got Boars Head up in them Jones, bruh. I know they got Boars Head up in them Jones. So, like, how, like, why, like, it's just disgusting, bro. For a whole year and some change.
Inspection for something like this for people who may be buying any kind of deli meat from now on? Like, what's the normal course of events? How does it go?
Right. Well, first of all, I'm not an inspector. I'm an academic. But under USDA regulations, every plant that produces meat and poultry products has to be inspected on a daily basis. So that means that every day an inspector goes through, they know the regulations, they're going to document those check to make sure that the establishment's meeting those regulations. And when they don't, they write what's called a non-compliance report, or it's sometimes referred to as an NR. And those NRs document problems in the plant. And what was released shows that over the past year, there have been multiple violations, as you already pointed out, that suggest ongoing sanitation issues. Meat and protein residue on equipment, on the walls, and that suggests that they weren't cleaning as thoroughly as they should. There was also condensation reported in the coolers and leaking pipes. And one thing, Listeria monocytogenes, and actually most foodborne pathogens, love water. And so if you have standing water, you have condensation around, they can grow, and they can actually form biofilms, which are incredibly hard to get rid of.
Wow. Okay, I've got 10,000 questions for you, but not enough time. Let me ask you about this. The USDA issued a statement to CBS saying it was relying on the state to oversee the Virginia Boars Head plant. Is that the regulatory system breakdown you're talking about? Is that normal?
That is normal. So sometimes what the regulatory agencies do, both USDA does this and FDA does this, is sometimes they delegate inspections to the state Department of Health or the Department of Agriculture, depending on the state. So that's not uncommon, and they get paid typically to do that. And they serve as an inspector, as a USDA inspector on behalf of USDA. So the problem is that either the inspector didn't tag the product or didn't ask or suggest that the plant needed to be shut down, or the supervisors didn't ask for it. There was obviously a failure in that command chain that didn't happen.
Barbara, final question. Is this symptomatic of a larger problem, or might this just be a series of bad kind of localized to this one plant, to this one chain of bad events?
Well, our food system is very complex. Remember, our food comes from the environment, and you have to think about, we have lots of tools in our toolbox to help prevent contamination of food. And if you remember back to COVID and our Swiss cheese model, it works in food safety as well. And sometimes all the holes line up and something bad happens. And clearly we have to do better. The company needs to do a root cause analysis as to what happened, and the agencies need to do a root cause analysis to figure out where the breakdowns were and how to prevent them going forward.
Barbara,
the bottom line is American lives are at stake. There are 9 people dead because of this failure.
Exactly right. Well put. Barbara Kowalczyk, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, look, I know there's a lot of people out there who, Boar's Head is their favorite particular brand that they, when they want to make a sub or a sandwich, they finna go get some Boar's Head. So how do you regain the public's trust? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you regain that trust? I don't think it's possible. And then it raises questions about other facilities, period, that serve, ready to eat products. Like, how many other factories is nasty like this? I'm curious now. I'm curious because flying gnats, mold, all of that ish, and you just letting the factory go, bro. It's just nasty, bro. That's just nasty. But check it, man. I'll tell you what, being a vegan or a vegetarian or whatever, like going straight ITAL, like, I mean, I rasta them. I don't be following as far as eating certain ish. You feel me? I live my life a certain type of way. I'm a very, job fearing person. But as far as what I eat, bro, this really got me feeling like, yo, bro, I don't even want no Italian sub no more. G, like I don't even know, like, like, whoa, we need to start locally sourcing our ish. Like, go to your local, farmers markets, get you some, locally sourced meats. I know where I'm at. We got a market around here. Fresh ground beef, all that stuff from around like farms that are local. You feel me? Like, I feel like that may be the route for people. You know what I mean? Because that's wild. Just nasty. Sound off how y'all feel about this, man. It's the homie Smitster 400. These are just my thoughts on this Boar's Head listeria outbreak. Craziness. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all have a good one. Owie.